So, before the internet, we used to get magazines. This is a 40-year-old magazine collection on the unexplained. It's been on the shelf for probably 20 years now, since we moved house. And they used to cost $1.50 each New Zealand, which is about 80 cents American. And with that kind of money back 40 years ago, you could buy a big box of sweets. So this was a magazine that was published in UK and shipped to Australia and New Zealand. And of course it was before e-books and internet. And they covered various subjects, each magazine, and I think they come out either once a month or once every 2 weeks, or bi-weekly. So here we go, Faces of Death. This is one volume of 5, so this might be the end of the volumes. Looks like it goes up to about 50 odd volume magazines. So let's have a look at some of the stories. As you can see, there's quite a few people that work on it each month to create stories for it. So I'm not sure how they source their stuff. They probably phoned up people and got photographs off them, because I didn't have internet back then. And you can see it's 1981. So the first story here is the mystery flying machines. Looks like various hot air balloons with various planes underneath with propellers. It kind of reminds me of steampunk, that one, where it's a mixture of old and modern technology using steam rather than electricity, although I think steampunk does use some electricity. And it's talking about the Wright brothers and whatnot, I guess. Mystery airships. What's it saying there? It's a wee bit too small for me to read as we're looking at it. Probably have to read it online. Oops, sliding off the bed. Not the best of binders, cheap. But I suppose you won't find these in libraries anymore. American rockets, German rockets V2. The psychic contamination. That looks like a bird, wave of birds. And what's that? John Slow Madness. That's where people drank poison, wasn't it? Oh, Jonestown. That's right, not John. It's often similar to those of serious illness. I wonder if that relates to crazy followers of certain big channels. And what do we got here? Talking about insects, is it? One team against another. or the link with ESP. Don't know if I can read that. I have to do that on one. It is on the rampage. The undiscovered, what's that say? Dromedy? What's that about? Surviving death. So that's life after death. Here comes the Egyptians. God, isn't the internet a lot easier than reading through books, huh? And you need good eyes to read all this fine print. I used to be able to read it when I was younger. And then we got India, is it? Yep. Reincarnation. Chinese, no, Indian, still. Secret Life of the Moon. Oh, that sounds an interesting one. Have you seen that photo before? There we go. Strange bright lights have been seen drifting across the moon. This shows this is 40 years old and these stories have been around for that long. And here's a guy that was filming these lights. Sir William. Is that a focus? Nice thick pages. What's that? Ectoplasm? Don't know what that is. Volcano on the moon. What's that about? Violent past. Probably talking about how the moon was formed. And how it got into orbit. Rival theories. Can we read that? A meeting in Mendoza. Can't quite read that. Yeah. Limitation of phone cameras. It looks like it's in focus there. Do not fear, do not fear. Close encounters of the third kind. This must have come after the Close Encounter movie. Aha! We got symbols. What is it from? Paranormal or aliens? Can't quite read it. What's it say? Can't get focus. No, can't quite read it. So, it's definitely a UFO case because it's got UFO casebook. I wonder if that's the same as the website. So what do we got here? Can't quite read it still. So you'd have to flatbed scan these in and make a video from. So that was the one magazine. The next one looks like it's about UFOs and lake monsters, time slips. Creatures of the Irish lakes. How about that? We always hear about Scottish, but not the Irish ones. Oop, light falling over. So we got any pictures on that one? Doesn't look like it. God, can't read that. Looks like it's a load of words. The monster of low muck. It's one that sounds rude. And what do we got here? Blue page. That's going to be really good for the camera. Not. So can we get any? Hey look, maybe it is better than the white. Showing up a bit better. There we go. We've seen one of those before. Don't they have one of those in America? Are we meant to see something in that photo? Can't see anything. So there's another one. You can see sheep. That looks like the water horse. So it must be talking about the water horse, is it? There's some nut jobs that strip for the water horse. Better not show that, it'll be censored on my YouTube channel. So here we go, the UFO goes to war. Here we go, few fighters. Flying discs were built by the Nazis, so there you go. Even a book that's 40 years old is talking about the Nazi UFOs. And also we got the famous Avro car. And we got the other ones which I've shown in previous episodes as well. Now look, we got some blueprints here. Seen those before. Maybe I did one on blueprints. But these are the Nazi ones. Underground tunnel with German technology. Looks like a rocket engine. Seen that before. A few documentaries. That's it, Devon Brown. Seen that photo used a few times on the web. Fire within and without. What's that talking about? People catching fire? Mysterious lights over the Welsh country. So it's about UFOs. Oop, the light's falling down again. Stupid Chinese light. Right, so we talked about lights seen by train passengers. I wonder if that's like crop circle UFOs. Oh, this light's starting to annoy me. Seeing is believing. Isn't that true? There we go. More pictures of these mysterious lights. Perhaps we can find a proper episode to do sometime from these books. See if we can find more information since these were published. So, first time I've heard about the Welsh lights. I wonder if it's similar to the Martha lights. Ball lightning. Puzzles from the past. Puzzles of what? Did the Indians of South America use bulldozers? That sounds like one Unirock would like. And what have we got here? I don't know. Where's the caption? Doesn't have a caption. Mancho Pico. Tall story. What's that one about? The restless iron pillar of somewhere in India. Column was cast by a group of far-sighted engineers. So what are they trying to say here? Here we have an unknown alloy from antiquity. It's only fair to say that one Duncan, that's the ancient earlier guy, wasn't it, has since stated that he was misled by the column. So, He's been around for a while. And here we go, we've got Tyler's Mystery. So, onto Mag 3. Spring-Hilled Jack, Lights of Inspiration, The History of Werewolves, Exclusive Irish Monsters, Incorruptible Corpses. So there's the werewolf one. I don't know about you, but werewolves don't really interest me. All I need is a book stand. Little Red Riding Hood. So we'll flip past that one. So what is it related to? The demon or devil? Again, can't quite see what it says. Back to the water horse. I thought we were done with that story. These stories ain't very interesting. Is that the Tasmanian devil? Why would it be in Ireland? Looks like we're into Dracula. Alright, Spring-Hilled Jack. Sounds like something from a Marvel comic, doesn't it? Terror of London. Or is that Jack the Ripper? No, looks like it's something different. Sounds very peculiar. Here's this thing again. Pages stuck together. Come on. Going too fine to read all that. I wonder if we can find anything online about it. Spring-Hilled Jack. It's not working. Not having much success with the handheld camera and lights here. Might have to do it outside in the daytime. The Holy Incorruptibles. Don't know anything with the church is corrupted in it. Miracles associated with saints. Looks like another thing Uni Rock would be into. Not so much my thing, religion. Miracles. Stories of miracles, books. Lightened our darkness. It looks like a UFO. Mysterious lights that accompanied Mary Jones, 1905. That's pretty old UFO sighting. So it looks like this magazine goes into debunks, which is quite good. Could it be ball lightning again? What's it say there? Can we read that? Not really. So that's another magazine down. Here's one that looks like a UFO. Cyborg cover-up. Welsh. Lights faded. Werewolf again. Fossils that do not fit. Curse of the Boy King. That must be the Egyptians. Oh yeah. About that guy that cut himself shaving, wasn't it? Tutankhamun. Curse. Lots of interesting pictures. But we'll probably see them online anyway. Dig site. There's a lot of reading there. Delusions and transformations. The werewolf. What the hell's that? What are we talking about here? The change for the worst. Still talking about werewolves, is it? Looks like it. Secret weapons and cyborgs. That's a strange looking UFO plane. We've seen that.